The impact of the mass abduction of passengers of the Abuja-Kaduna train in March still looms large in the system. The Nigerian Railway Corporation has denied rumor in some media that the rail service will resume on the routes on the 24th of November. The managing director of the corporation, Fidet Okiria, said the news is false and should be disregarded. He insisted that no deadline, no definite dates has been fixed for resumption of rail service on the routes, but the federal government is making necessary efforts to reopen before the end of November. GKB.
Well, two things.
Is it not, after the abduction and everything, and they couldn't continue with this route, and that route was quite effective, lucrative, and, you know, do you think the federal government is, do you think they are re-strategizing?
They have no
to
choice.
do something about the security of that route
to
be very sure.
But what they need to put in place, I don't think they've done it yet, because you must be able to secure that line from Kaduna to Abuja and vice versa every time there's a trip. And that will require a lot of resources, including helicopter, including maybe gunships or gunboats, just to give people the confidence. Yeah, because you have to do that. You have to fly over the rail as it's going. But that's the only way for people like me to enter that train. Or else nobody will patronize that train.
You need like a show of force.
You must
helicopter, gun trucks, and everything.
It could be a drone, it could be a gunship, it could be anything they want. As long as people are aware that if anything should happen, they will be protected. Or nobody in his right senses will take that train. And the federal government is aware of this. I think what they are going to do, because I doubt whether this news does not emanate from them. But I think what I'm saying is what people are also telling them. That look, you cannot resume this particular operation until A, B, C, D are put in place.
But already you have people moving through Abuja-Kaduna Express Road, as in that's the alternative you have to rail.
A coach on a railway carries 80 people. Imagine 10 coaches joined together. You're talking about 800 people. If anything should happen to that, it's not somebody taking you away from your car or 40 people from their bus. You're talking about moving 400 people on a bad day. They go down, that thing happen again. That's the point we are making. For federal government to open this road, to open this particular route, two things must be done. They must show us that they are capable of defending whoever is on the train, and this will require constant and consistent of whatever they are doing to ensure this happens.
Angie, do you think this is prudent enough? As in, do you think that any trip we have, people must be assured by the show of force and helicopters and everything? Do you think can we sustain this?
Precisely. That's
No, I think beyond that, government, beyond just mouthing it, must assure Nigerians that whenever the train service, that lucrative Abuja-Kaduna train service resumes, there is adequate back-end security. We don't really have to have helicopters flying and stuff like that, but a lot of things they can put in place.
Maybe within the train
to
repel any kind of attack.
Yes. I mean, you can have, checking the people who enter the train, because those who attacked the train, train on March 28th were actually, part of them were passengers. So they only had, it was planned to, so some of the other accomplices.
As in the security must be tighter to look like the,
for people,
like as if
just
you want
like
to
the way
board
you are boarding the plane.
Because
so that it reduces. So if they don't have some of them,
reduce the number of racketeering train stations.
Now
we should be able to determine the number of people.
Do you know that? I don't know what informed that decision. You cannot, of course, GKB, you apply that. You can't do electronic transfer. You have to pay cash.
You have to pay cash.
Where?
To enter those trains. Yeah. Anywhere. Both the one, especially the one from Lagos to Ibadan.
That means they're not ready for business.
You must pay cash. They have refused to go digital. And you can't buy it online. Because some characters there are there racketeering. They will create artificial scarcity a
now sell
seat for
tickets
business,
at
for business
the
class
higher
to go for
price.
6,000. They will hold it and now tell you, oh boy, come on, there's somebody who
Inside the
says it's not
toilets,
going. They will take 10,000 from you.
Okay, I have MJ Ali calling from Abuja.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Go ahead,
I just
please.
want to I want to appreciate you guys on most of the discussions on the events happening in our country, especially as it concerns the insecurity and the railway line you guys are talking about now. From the discussion, I can understand that we are talking about securing the railway line, and looking at it, I think it's too costly for Nigerian government to be securing railway line. My opinion is to change strategy to ensure that every part of Nigeria is secured. And in doing that, it will be less cost effective if our security apparatus will take this fight to these guys in the forest, destroy them, eliminate them, instead of saying you are securing only railway line with God ship and the rest. Imagine the cost. That's my take. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your contribution.
Yeah, I mean, he just nailed the matter on the head. He just hit the nail on the head. See, we can't just say we want to secure the tracks alone. We need to deepen our strategy. That's just it. We need to deepen our security strategy. I mean, these guys are no more than us. I mean, they are just a ragtag army. They strike once they finish spending the money they have collected. They look for another opportunity to strike. So now I know that before the elections, they will want to cause some shock to the system again. So I expect that our security agencies will be ready, just like the travel advisory from the UK and the US. I mean, rather than dismiss it, we should look inwards. Although I know that could be a bit outrageous at times, because recently the US, the UK issued a travel advisory against US, while US also issued a counter travel advisory against us. So I mean, it's like all these travel advisories are now becoming like
political.
Very political and comical. So, but for us, I think the former minister, Rotimi Ame, she said he has received several proposals before he left office for those who want to manage the security architecture along that route to ensure that we don't have this kind of thing occurring again. But I think whatever the NRC wants to do, they should do it early enough, because that system, I mean, that route has been out of business since March. Yeah. I mean, how many months ago?
It's not good for business.
We took a loan.
A lot of people don't go to Abuja again.
A Chinese loan to put that facility in place. And
you must pay back.
800 people to and fro, I think like they make 2 or 3 trips in a day. You can imagine the number of people who would go, I mean, to the alternative. I mean,
and before now, people were looking at it as the most comfortable, safest, and decent. And you know, if you don't stress yourself by going by road, or you want to drive, and you have the VIPs, you know, patronizing this. I don't know
a lot of
how
people,
comfortable.
Even army generals, I've met them on the Lagos-Ibadan train many times. They will be dropped at Agege and they will join us. Another person will be waiting for them to pick them in Ibadan. No, like Moji said, we must look at it holistically, because 2 levels. On the short term, what do we do to return the train to work? We are not going to eliminate everybody under 2 months.
Ade is calling us from London.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes.
My greeting to all the panelists there.
Go ahead.
Yesterday on TVC, you told us that the IG complained that the ladies of those ladies they kidnapped, they are going back to their husband in the forest, some of them.
Yes, yes.
Okay. If that is the truth, if the government is serious, they know where they are then. Because those ladies going back are intelligent already. But they don't want to kill them. They don't want to kill them. They are just pretending for us. So all this is the game. When new government take over in May ending next year, you will see the secret will be leaked out. If you observe those, when they arrest some people in Kogi about the killings in our war, the chief of army.
Thank you for your contribution, Ade. So
He was
we
talking
have to
about
add this.
follow-up,
We need this the railway system, rail system. Sorry, we need it as part of our transport system to
Yeah.
enhance
It's
the pressure on
fundamental.
our roads and everything. You know, so that means engineer Fidet Okiria should just tell Nigerians, you know, when they are going to put all these arrangements in place, and you know that's Abuja-Kaduna.
If he needs help in
be
terms
back on
of
track.
funding for the infrastructure and for the security architecture, it should approach the National Assembly. I'm sure they will approve.
Through the
So-
Minister of Transport.
Yeah, through the Minister of Transport, because that is a very key, sensitive and lucrative route.
It's a major pillar of our
It's a-
transport.
yes.
Yeah.
So we can't just leave
Something
it.
that is not
We can't
over
just leave it abandoned because of those bandits.
No, we can't. We can't.
Yeah.
It doesn't show that we are serious. All right.